So, hello everybody again, welcome from Ostrava. Let me introduce myself. My name is Markéta Mikova. I work at the University of Ostrava in the position as an international officer. And today I would like to introduce you University of Ostrava and some degree program for the international students. Like my colleague mentioned before, I am here not alone. I have here my colleague Daniel, and also the vice dean of the Faculty of Science is somewhere with us here, but we had some trouble with the connection, so hopefully it will be solved soon. If not, no problem, he will be available on the chat. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I would like to a little bit introduce the University of Ostrava, and then we will explain you in the detail the degree program, what you can study. Okay, let's go on. So the University of Ostrava is in the Czech Republic, and Czech Republic has really great position. Is in the middle of the Europe, like you can see in the map. Czech Republic has bordered with other European countries, like for example Germany, Poland, Slovakia, or Austria. About the city of Ostrava, like I mentioned before, the city of Ostrava has also a great position. You can visit it easily other countries, like for example, for less than 20 minutes, you can visit it Poland, and you can see the beautiful city in Krakow. Or for less than 40 minutes, you can visit Slovakia, and you can enjoy beautiful view from the beautiful mountains called High Tatra. Or if you would like to enjoy the beautiful river in the Hungary, so you can enjoy the capital city of the Hungary, the Budapest. Or if you love to enjoy the old Vienna, or try some of the food of the Vienna, for less than 3 hours, you can visit the Austria. Okay. About the city of Ostrava, the Ostrava has almost 3,000 inhabitants, and including also 10,000 foreigners. Ostrava is the third largest city in the Czech Republic, and Czech Republic is really safe country. We belong to 8th safest country in the world. Like I mentioned before, the Ostrava city has really excellent geographic position, so you can really easy visit other countries or European cities and metropoles. Ostrava is not only the city, it's also surrounded by beautiful mountains. It's called Beskidy, and you can enjoy the hiking during the summertime, and also skiing now during the winter time. In Ostrava, we have 2 public universities with over than 30,000 students. So I can say that Ostrava is student city with a lot of young people. And thanks of the last European research, Ostrava get really great position among the other European countries because it's a huge greenery, and also it's a cultural city with the user-friendly public transportation. Some facts about the University of Ostrava. We have more than 8,000 students and 6 faculties. We have the great number of staff of every student. We have 70.7 students for every staff, and we have more than 136 study program, but of course most of them are in Czech language. About the ranking, the University of Ostrava is in the most famous ranking. The first is the ranking, and we have position about 1,000 plus. In the UC ranking 800 and 1,000. And I would like to mention that University of Ostrava belonged to the 13 top universities in the Czech Republic, and we have also great position among the other young universities in the Europe. Like I mentioned before, we have 6 faculties: Faculty of Science, Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Social Studies, Faculty of Fine Arts, last but not least, Faculty of Education. We have also 2 institutes: Institutes for Research and Application of Fuzzy Modeling and European Research Institute for Social Work. Once you became the student of the University of Ostrava, you have a great opportunity to study abroad as an exchange student. For example, you can study 1 semester in France or in Great Britain or in Spain. It's up to you. And you can, from the Erasmus program, you can choose from more than 30 countries, and we have a contract with more than 400 universities. So you can easily choose what is your favorite places and also your preferable university. Or you can also try the program VIA, and you can choose from other the world universities, and you can study 1 semester as an exchange student, for example, in United States or Canada. Or if you are interested to work as a voluntary, we have a program, it's called OU8, and you can go abroad and work as a voluntary, and you can choose from 5 organizations over the world from developing countries. Of course, to study at the University of Ostrava is not only about the studying, attending the courses and passing the exam. It's also about the enjoy your free time and a little bit of entertainment. You can, for example, enjoy the ice hockey match. Is the famous ice hockey match between 2 biggest universities in Ostrava. Or you can enjoy the student fest called Majales. It's the music student fest, and you can enjoy the musician performance and so on. Or you can enjoy the ball of the University of Ostrava. I would like to mention that we have a really famous festival in Ostrava. It calls Colors of Ostrava. It's a world famous festival, and you can enjoy the musician stage and other performance, and it's during the summertime. About the housing option, of course, we provide for all our students the dormitory. So especially for the degree students, we have some extra spaces for them, and you can choose from many options. For example, we have our own dormitory. It's called Jan Opletal Hall of Residence, and we have really excellent price for the student of University of Ostrava. It's from €96 per month. You can stay and be accommodated in our dormitory. We have also other partners dormitory, or if you prefer, you can rent your own flat and stay there. But maybe from the first year, we recommend to stay in the dormitory because you are in touch with other exchange students, and it's maybe better also for your studies. About the job opportunities, lots of students are also interesting during their studies to work as a part-time or also full-time job, and we have our unique portal. It's called Job Teaser, and it's a portal for our students and also or some our paid internship. For example, at the moment we have more than 100 positions on offer for the students and alumni. And now I would like to talk about our degree programs. At the moment, I would like to introduce you our 2 degree programs: English, Philology, and Mathematics. Both of them you can study as a bachelor, and you can also continue as a master. And now I would like to let the floor my colleague. Thomas is the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Science, and he will introduce some information about the mathematics. Thomas, floor is yours.
Hello to all of you. Dobrý den. I hope that you can hear me properly.
I cannot hear you.
I can.
You can.
Yeah, I hope that you can see me, you can hear me. I hope that everything is great. Great, thank you. Thank you for information. I had some initial problems with logging as a presenter, so now everything is good. So let's talk about mathematics. I hope that you are so excited with mathematics because it's the queen of the all sciences. So you can try to apply for the mathematics in Ostrava, in the University of Ostrava, the Faculty of Science. Well, we have offer at the two levels, at the undergraduate level and at the graduate level. So at the undergraduate level, probably you are more interested in undergraduate level. So there's a simple mathematics. So the study will last for 3 years as usual. It's quite normal in Europe. It's quite different in some other countries, but in Europe it's for 3 years. And we have not such demanding requirements for all applicants. We only need you to have finished all your secondary studies. So if you finish or if you are willing to finish your secondary school, please apply for mathematics in Ostrava. Well, there's a English level at least B1 because it's a little bit lower than you have expected, because mathematicians have their own language. It is a language of letters, signs, and something around, and it's basically about your logic, about your other skills than just the communication. But of course, communication in English is also important. So there is no entrance exam. We believe that you should prove your capacities, your skills, and on site. So we hope that you will succeed. Then we have also graduate studies. It's just for 2 years, and then also we need you to have finished some courses, some programs, closer to or related to the mathematics. So that's one condition. We will evaluate if you finished your previous bachelor studies or Bachelors of Mathematics, Statistics, and or some related areas. Then also it's quite important to have a English level at least at B2. So because we demand you to speak more abstractly and so on. So but formally there is no entrance exam as well. There's a tuition fee, which I guess I think is quite competitive in the world context. In the global context, it's just 2,500 euros per year, and it is payable after your arrival in Ostrava. There are two important deadlines. We have two deadlines for starting the application procedure. First is the 28th of February, and then the 30th of April. Why two deadlines? Because we believe that some of you are some of you have already finished your bachelor degrees, and that's why you can apply now, because you have your secondary school degrees, and you can apply now. So it's for you who has some gap here or something like this, and for those who are not ready for the application procedure because you have not completed your bachelor studies. I think it's better to apply until the end of April. So next slide, please. Next slide, please, or probably I cannot. Yeah, thank you. What it's all about? It's all about mathematics. There is, some formal aim for all mathematicians that there's the degree program should prepare the students to think autonomously, logically, critically, and to abstract and mathematize real problems, and so on. Well, I'm not mathematician, but I think that mathematics is a form of science. So you will develop your skills received at the secondary school level, and we believe we begin on the basis of your secondary school's skills and abilities, and then we develop your ability to think about as a mathematician. So it's a gradual process. We will guide you through the field of mathematics, and we will try to give you very important. Very important thoughts, very important procedures in mathematics, and so on. We also believe that it's important to be ready to apply mathematics in a real life. So that's why there will be basics in computing, there will be basics in logic, there will be also basics in other sciences, other national sciences. There's an introduction to natural sciences. Also, we can provide you the studies at the graduate level. There are two specializations, like mathematics, pure mathematics, and fuzzy mathematics. And then, if you are really eager to discover other fields of mathematics, you can also continue at a PhD level at our faculty. But of course, there's a lot of information available for you and waiting for you to be discovered. So please visit our web pages, and you will get complex information about it, complex picture about our mathematics. Next, please. Well, it's just a summary of important dates. It's a 28th February, the end of April, and then if there's a start of your studies. Well, it will be at the end of September, but today's situation is quite complicated. So this year we started later, and we are very flexible about it. We are pretty aware that there are problems in today's global world connected with the pandemic. So that's why we are very flexible. We are trying to be very flexible in terms and so on, deadlines and so on. But I think that the most important is to reach the deadline for submitting an application, and everything is done. Everything other is quite negotiable, I hope, but I think that we can try to do our best to have you here. Next, please. Well, as I already said, the tuition fee is 2,500 euros a year, and then after being admitted as a student of the University of Ostrava, we will ask you for paying deposit of 1,000 euros. I would say that also we can provide you with some scholarships as a student of University of Ostrava. You will have the same opportunity to apply for scholarships. There's a accommodation scholarship. There is a merit-based scholarship. If you have some outstanding results after the first year of your study, you can be granted a new scholarship. Then there are some exceptional scholarship. We call it exceptional scholarship because it's for some extra work. You can work with the department. You can work together with academics. You can work for faculty, and we will award you some money. And also, if you already know, and I hope that you will try not to prevent you from traveling around Europe or around the world. You may also apply for extra scholarship for mobility. So We have many partner universities, partner departments, so you can continue, or you can study already in Stockholm. You can go to Liverpool, you can go to Belgium, Netherlands, and so on. We have quite wide variety of options for you where to study during your studies, and we will pay you for it. So that I think it's good. Next, please. And probably you are thinking what you can be after graduating as a mathematician. I think that you can be everything you want to be, because you can work for industry. You can work in government. You can be a teacher. You can find a job in business, in banking. You can work as in accountancy, and also, of course, you'll be very valuable in computing. You can be a designer of programs. You can be a designer of some application. You can design. How some apps are working. So I think that you can definitely find your dream job, because I think that you will be ready for everything, because in today's world, you will be able to work with data, with statistics. So you can be able to think logically. So I think that's something you can use, and you will use for all of your life. Next, please. Then English.
That's all from
Daniel,
yeah.
That's all from
Daniel,
all
floor
of
is yours.
science. I will be ready at the chat, and now Daniel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Daniel, and I don't know, maybe Marketa has already mentioned this, but not only I work at the university, but I'm also a student, and I study English philology. So definitely, if you have some questions about the life at the university, please don't hesitate and ask through the chat. So English philology, I believe that everything crosses your mind, that it's going to be, I don't know, only about English. Well, yes, obviously, but it will be definitely some fun, because it's not only about that you will learn some new words every day, it's more about learning the language itself. And I think that I will get into this later, because I see that we also have a slide there. But first, let me tell you something about how the English philology is separated. You can definitely, as Tomáš mentioned, for mathematics, you can also study the same for English philology, which means the undergraduate studies, also called bachelor's, or graduate studies, also called master's. For bachelor studies, you are going to study for 3 years, and just as before, there are no entry exams. But of course, to be accepted, it's not completely for free. Since you are going to study in English, and also English as language itself, you definitely have to show that you have the level of English. For bachelor studies, you have to show that you have at least B2. This is certified, or more like presented with the certification, which I will going to talk about later. And also, as before, you also have to show that you have successfully finished your high school studies. Without this, you cannot do anything. The same goes for master studies. Here you are going to study for 2 years. Again, you have to show that you successfully finished this time bachelor studies in English or related field. This is going to be checked by our study department, so definitely contact us if you have some doubts if your field which you are studying now is or is not related. And this time, of course, since you are going to study in masters or at masters, this level of English has to be higher, which means at least C1. Again, this will be checked or shown by your certificate, which I'm going to talk about later. Another thing which is part of your, let's say, entry exams for masters is that you have to present us your structured letter of motivation, also called cover letter, or structured summary of the applicant's bachelor thesis. This is something which you have to show, or more like do, during your bachelor studies. There are some cases when you don't have this bachelor thesis at that time. We will talk about essay you have to present, but we will definitely provide more information later if you are interested in this. And again, there is no entry exam. That means everything is happening where you are staying now. You don't have to travel here into the Czech Republic forth and back. Everything can be done from your place where you are now. Deadlines for the application is a bit different from mathematics. It's on 15th of May 2021. Please, guys, check all the information at the websites and from us and gather as much as possible, because you have to definitely apply until this deadline. There is no way how to do it otherwise. Yes, admission requirements. As I was talking about later, you have to present that your level of English is enough to study, because as I said, you are not going to study only English, but also language itself, which is going to be a bit tricky if your English is not, let's say, high enough. For bachelor certificate, well, there are only two options. You have to undergo either IELTS test or testing, or you have to present TOEFL IBT certificate. When you see these at least 6.0, this depends and varies, because you also have to have the same, not the same, but you have to show that you're more like that each part of your test is good enough and that you have enough skills to really study here. The same goes for master certification, only this is a bit more trickier or difficult, because as I said, you have to present that your level of is at least C1. We receive a lot of questions about this, because I understand that maybe you studied before some English, you already have some degree maybe in English, so you have maybe you have a lot of certificates, but really there is no exception. You have to provide these certificates, IELTS or TOEFL IBT. There is no way back. Even if you are native, speaker, still you have to show that your level of English is good enough to study here, and this can be shown through these certificates. So another slide. Thank you so much. Yes, as I said, studying English philology can sound a bit boring. That's true. However, it's not boring at all. I know it from my own experience. We focus on many fields. We focus on the language itself, which means linguistics, stylistics, pragmatology, which shows you how to use the language in practice, how you can work with the language, and also maybe learning new grammar, especially during your first years, during your studies. However, you are also going to focus on literature, English-speaking countries literature, where you are going to read a lot of stories, a lot of poems, which will develop especially your critical thinking, which I think is very important during these days. And you can definitely use it in your real life later too, while looking for your job. I believe that in every situation you can possibly think about. Another part is that you will definitely learn about the culture, history, and maybe geography, but definitely geography or English-speaking countries, which again can be used later while looking for a job or when you are working in specific fields, which I'm going to talk about in a while. Definitely do not hesitate to use your phone now and scan this QR code, because this will lead you to our web pages where you can find more thorough and more detailed information about Bachelor and Master English Philology. Yes, please, next slide. Thank you so much. Yes, as I was talking about, the biggest issue always is the dates, because there is no way how you can do it later. Please take a picture or remember these dates, because the 15th May 2021 is the deadline for the application. And as Tomáš said before about mathematics, the start of your studies should be September 21. Of course, even for us, we understand that the situation is not very pleasant right now, and we are all really optimistic that everything will be fine in September 2021. But if there are some restrictions, or maybe if you don't have your, diploma yet, either copy of that, or anything may happen, we are definitely open, to welcome you here even a bit later, maybe even at the beginning of October. So you don't have to panic, and contact us, and we will solve the situation individually. Thank you. Yes, I believe that money question or price and so on is the biggest thing which you have in your head, because you are definitely interested in how much you are going to pay for your studies and how much it costs in general. So As mathematics, we have the tuition fee too. This time it's a bit different. We have 2,000 euros per year. I'm talking about the whole year, which goes from September until August of each year. I believe, as Tomáš said before, this is very nice. I think that our education provides you with a good quality, even though that maybe you will find some universities where the tuition fee is higher and you may think about that, okay, if I'm going to pay more, they will provide me with more quality or higher quality education. It's not like this. Czech Republic education is on a very, very high level, I would say, from my own experience. And I believe that this price is also very, very comfortable for you. And as Marketa said before, or also Tomáš, you can definitely pay by your card or through Flywire. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you. So yes, I don't know if you have noticed this, but I was talking about the payment for this tuition fee and for other fees, and yes, for other fees, you can pay through your credit card, debit card, or through Flywire, which I think it's a great opportunity not to lose some extra money, let's say, with all the exchange rates and so on. And as Tomáš mentioned, even for English philology, it's still true. We offer some scholarships, and also we offer this outstanding study results scholarship, which means that you can get a maximum 40,000 Czech crowns per year. This is, of course, based on how good you are during your studies, how good grades you are, and this will be checked by our study department. But I think that in the Czech Republic, 40,000 crowns is definitely enough to survive. Me personally, I would like to have this money definitely. So I think that if you are going to try very hard, you can reach this scholarship. Then again, we have this accommodation or also health insurance scholarship, which means that we would like to support you during your studies, because we understand that this is not so easy to study in some other country. And we would like to give you, again, maximum 40,000 Czech crowns per year. And again, with English philology, you don't have to be worried or be afraid to try to study even somewhere else with the University of Ostrava, which means you can go for your mobility to study abroad. And we would like to, again, support you with this and to give you a grant or extra scholarship for this mobility. And I don't know, maybe you will definitely find some information at our web pages, but I can tell you that with the English philology department, you can go for Erasmus, and you can visit such countries like Finland, Sweden, Spain, Italy. So I think that you will be able to get some more knowledge from these countries. Tak, I will ask for another slide. Okay, thank you. And now I think that you have this question: what will I become once I graduate with this English philology degree program? What can I do? What am I supposed to say to my grandma, you know? You don't have to be worried at all, because you can do a huge variety of things. For example, me, I'm the student of English philology, but I already work at the international office, so you can be part of some international relations. And if you are not aiming for this field, you can definitely work at some publishing, since this is connected to all this literature you are going to read and study. Also in media, tourism, which goes hand in hand with going abroad with Erasmus, for example. But if you are interested how to use your own mother tongue with English, or maybe even Czech later, if you get really good at this, you can work as a translator. Or you can open your own business and work in some industry and commerce, or maybe work in some PR at some international companies which you have in Ostrava too, or even around the whole Czech Republic. So I believe I answered all your questions which you had in your heads. In case that you have more questions, either about the life at the university from the view of the student, or maybe some more detailed information about the tuition fees or other fees or English philology itself, please do not hesitate to ask through this chat, and I will try to answer as much as possible. Thank you so much for your attention, and now I'm giving the floor to Marketa again.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Thomas, again for your great information. So my colleague Thomas and Daniel will stay here with us, and they will be available on chat. So please do not hesitate to contact them it can happen that you miss some important information, so please do not hesitate. Just write them, and they are here to answer. I would like to little bit concentrate about, for example, admission process and the visa process right now. So about the admission process, maybe now you'll follow the information and you think it's really difficult, but believe us, it's not difficult, and even your European agency will be helpful, or you can contact us and we can support you with everything. So about the admission process, how it's working, where to start, maybe it's now in your head. So first of all, you have to choose the program which you would like to study. After that, of course, you have to fill the application. There is the fee for application, it's about 20 euro. And then you have to send the additional documents like guys explained, for example, for the English philology, it's some certificate, and especially you have to send to us your diploma copy of your previous education. After, we will evaluate all your sent documents, and there you can start the process, the recognition of the previous education. As you as Indian inhabitants, you have to, it's called apostilla, it's the special stem or special, I would say stem that you have to for your previous diploma, and then you can send to our university. After that, we will send you the letter of acceptance from our university, and you can start to manage the accommodation, for example, in the dormitory. Like I mentioned before, we will reserve for you some extra space in dormitory, so don't worry, you can get a place over there. And you can start your visa process, and especially about the visa process, I will talk later. And that's all. Congratulations, you are official students. So, about the fees, first of the fee is the fee for application. It's like I mentioned before, it's about 20 euro, and the paying is really easy. Thanks of the flybar, you just send the money in your currency, and we will receive the money in our currency. And the same with the recognition of the previous education. There is the extra fee, 800 Czech crown, it's about 30 euro, and again, the smoothly process with the flybar. And of course, after the admitting to university, you have to pay the tuition fee for mathematics or English philology. About the visa procedure, maybe it can also look difficult from first view, but don't worry, it's not so difficult. But anyway, you will need some time for it, so it's maybe better to start the application process right now and send the application, and then you can later on concentrate for the visa process. So about the visa process, you can ask for a long-term residence permit for the purpose of study. You can apply for this permit in your country, and you will get for maximum 1 year. And every year you can make the extension in the Czech Republic. So, for example, if you decided to study as a bachelor, you don't have to travel back after 1 academic year. You just can stay here and make the extension of your permit here in the Czech Republic. Many students ask if they can, for example, work during the studies. Of course, you can work, and there is no limit for hours or age. For long-term residence permit, for purpose of studies, you can work with no limit, but only, I would say, limit is necessary that you have to fulfill all your studies properly, because you are here for study first. And after a successful, if you successful alumni or graduate of the University of Ostrava, you can stay here in the Czech Republic and make the long-term residence permit for the purpose of seeking employment or starting a business. It's it means that, for example, after graduation, you can stay here official, and you can start, for example, if you are interested to stay here more, you can find a job or start a business. And again, just you make the extension here in Czech Republic, and you don't have to travel back to your home country. And after that, if you find a successfully job, you can get an employee card, and the employee card is issued for the duration of your employee relationship or your working contract. And for example, if you really fall in love with Czech Republic, with Czech people, as Czech language, and you decided to stay here as a permanent resident, there is also the option. And after 5 years of continuously staying in the Czech Republic, you can ask for permanent residence. And there is also necessary to have some basic knowledge of Czech language, and also some Czech information about the Czech Republic. But the knowledge of Czech language is about the level A2. So I believe that after 5 years, it's pretty easy to learn it. And just small information that, for example, your study, so if you study here a bachelor plus master, this means 5 years together, it's count like a half. So half of staying here. So it means that 5 years studying in Czech Republic, it means 2.5 years for the permanent residence. So you have to stay extra 2.5 years, and then you can get the permanent residence. So I hope that you get some basic knowledge and information about the visa process. But again, don't worry. I believe that you are happy, you're to support you. So why to study at the University of Ostrava? Like I mentioned before, we are a dynamic young institution. We have great position in the middle of the Europe, so you can easily visit other European countries. We are a really safe country. We have position 8 in the world ranking, so you don't have to be afraid to walk on the street, and for example during the night time, and even the girls are really safe here. And next things is we have really a low cost of living comparing with other European countries and other countries of OECD. And for reasonable price, you can get really high quality education. Like, for example, Daniel mentioned before that Czech Republic has really high quality education at all. Our university is not huge, so you can you can work in the small groups of students with the individual approach. So you will be not just number, but the teacher will know you, know your name, and you can get the individual approach. And at least we are not a campus university, so you can easily be part of the city center. You can experience the city life, and you can be in touch with other people and with other students. About the cost of the living, like we mentioned before, to stay in Czech Republic, and especially in Ostrava, it's not something what is not what is impossible. For example, the accommodation, the dormitory is about less than 100 euro, or so for 100 euro you can stay in the dormitory. You will not spend for full more than 300 euro. And about transportation, we have really excellent network of the public transport, and for the really great money, for 16 euro you can get the monthly card, and you can easily travel in all Ostrava. With other expense, you will not spend more than let's say 600 euro totally monthly to just stay in Ostrava. Of course, we, like I mentioned before, we are a dynamic university, so we are still in the process of the extension, and now we are in the process of the building 2 new beautiful buildings. So I believe that when you will come in September, you can see our new 2 buildings.
If I may add something, There was a question for sports center, or I mean, if you can study or do some sports. I believe that the building you see in the right picture, it looks like a stadium, and I think that this is going to be part of the huge sports center too. So maybe when you are here already, this building will be already finished and ready for you to go there and enjoy your activities, definitely. So this was just my remark here, what Marketa said.
Well, and my remark is that it is to be finished in 2 years. So probably in 2022, it should work. Or 2023, I don't know.
Okay, great, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Best regards to India. Bye.